Hey everyone, my name is Simpsy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron 4 here today on the channel. We're going to be checking out a brand new mod called Cross the Dnieper. So, one of the mod managers reached out to me to check out this mod. It seemed interesting enough, so here we go with the series. You can imagine the setting of this mod. We're going to be starting in 2014, going to and leading up to the events of 2022. So, here is the map. It is absolutely massive. So essentially this entire map is focusing on the Eastern Europe sphere of influence. So we're going to be playing on regular for my first time around. Let's get stuck into it, I suppose. Hopefully we can defend their territorial integrity, but I've heard this can be a difficult mod from time to time. So, Cross the Dnieper is in beta, so there are some things subject to change. You can even donate to victims if you want. That's kind of cool that they've provided links from that. We're going to be starting January 1st, 2014. And we're going to try and set up our country with, obviously, future foresight of things to come. But here is our internationally recognized territory. Here is the city. Here is, oh, Hostamul. Rip. Okay. I do love how that there is a massive city on the campaign map. It actually shows you like the grandiose of what cities like New York and London should be in Hearts of Iron. Even the details down here in Crimea, look at this, because you forget that although it's called the Crimean Peninsula, it's nearly more or less an island there. Okay, so we have protests in the streets. We are currently under the presidential reign of Viktor Yanukovych with 37% support, 38 there. We can actually release Crimea if we want, give it back to the Tatars. I don't think we're going to do that. So I don't think we can switch any of these laws, governments and policies. Most of it is done via the focus tree. Press freedom, interesting. Free trade unions. So currently it's a free press state. I don't know about that. Neutral policy. Traditional values, that makes sense. Tolerated for now. I'm assuming we don't spend political power here. It's done via the tech tree. We're a pacifist society. We've got research and production. Oh, nice. We've got the Lviv armored vehicle plant. We've got the Kharkiv motorized stuff. That's where we're going to get probably a lot of our tank designs. Antonov Airways. And we've got various other industrial stuff. Alright, any decisions we can do now. Here is the Rada. The General Assembly. Nothing really can do here at the moment. Alright, let's build up our intelligence apparatus. We've only got 3 research slots. Basic infantry. I thought Ukraine produced their own in-house rifle. Was it the Malyuk or something? It was a bullpup. Actually, to be fair, we are starting in 2014. It might have been like 2016, 2017 when they ramped up production. Alright, so we've got the BTRs. Got a lot of post-Soviet equipment we have access to. We currently have T-90 chassis. Eventually we'd like to get NATO-style chassis. Your Leopard 2s, your Abrams and Challengers. Probably buffing up our artillery is probably not a bad idea. Having a couple of full-on artillery divisions. And I think Navy-wise, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to focus on submarines to raid in and around the Crimean coast. But I think going with electronic engineering, going with production and construction, because once we're under threat, we want to be able to produce a lot of our in-house stuff. It's going to be quite some time before we build a strong, hard, and resilient economy. We do have access to the international market. Not yet, but we might be able to buy additional supplies from some of our European neighbours. If we can start stockpiling early before 2022, that would be ideal, as we have 8 years to prepare. Resource-wise, we're quite a rich country. We have 46 construction factories, 46 civies. I imagine maybe building sort of west of the Dnieper is quite ideal. I don't think those territories in the far west near Lviv are going to be that much of an issue. Alright, we've got 21 military, T90 chassis. It's a bunch we have access to there. So I think building up our basic equipment and support equipment is probably ideal. Aircraft-wise, unless we can get F-16s from the Americans or various other NATO-aligned countries, probably with close air. And I think if we're going to build anything, as we do have access to a bunch of naval facilities, I think we're going to focus on submarines. Because in real life, Ukraine doesn't really have much of a navy. What's our stockpile looking at the moment? Yikes. Could be a lot better. Probably going to build up a bunch of anti-air artillery as well, as their KH attack helicopters. And aviation is probably going to be the major issue for us. And we want to try and hit them with artillery. So we have 63 divisions. So just your basic guard here. Just curious to see what they're equipped with. Is that Better Call Saul? It is. Got some IVFs. Or Saul Goodman, rather. 5 tank divisions. BMPs. T-84s. Okay, so at this moment, mostly Soviet equipment. We do have 3 fleets, which we probably should relocate back up here, probably, as they're probably going to take the port of Sevastopol at some point. Air Force, we have 96 small Gen 3s. Okay. Money-wise, here is our debt to GDP, and I think we'll amass everyone and try and get to the front lines. So let's move to the Donetsk, Luhansk territories. I think historically, why can't I grab this? Is it bugging out because it's so big? We will have issues, from what I can remember, near the Odessa and Kharkiv regions. There's going to be some civil unrest, so we might even try and potentially set up some territorial defense. Wait, what's the best way to grab all these? Because there's so many of them. There we go. So let's grab a bunch of these guys and we'll try and set things up. I don't know roughly how large we can have these infantry divisions. Got to keep a watchful eye on Moldova and Transnistria as well. But we're going to be focusing on the enemy to the east for the most part. Making plans and preparations. We'll dig in. Try and fix our political situation. Stabilize the region, build up, and then hopefully we can win this war. What's the quote? For as long as it takes. Okay, let's make this a bit nicer. So 21 apiece. Probably not too bad, and then we'll look through assigning various generals. Alright. So who should be the field marshal? Alexander Shersky. I think we'll make him the field marshal. And who will be our main commander? Ah, yeah, Valery Zaluzhny. I think we'll chuck him in. Ruslan Kamachuk. I think that's how you say his name. Forgive me for butchering all these names. Who else have we got? Viktor Korenko. Sure. So I think we'll set up a area of defense with Zaluzhny down in Odessa to protect the crucial maritime port. Our marines are down there, so we want to protect it. We'll move you over to Luhansk. No, actually Donetsk, and then the other one could be Luhansk. Or maybe we'll just intertwine with the two, because it's such a big area, such a vast region we need to protect. And you can probably move up to the Kharkiv Oblast as well. Okay, things are looking good. Reshuffling the command. And already they're starting to mass on the border. Uh-oh. Protests in Kiev for several weeks now. Ukrainians have been camping out and protesting in the streets. Arise from your slumber, Ukraine, for a glorious future awaits. These protests are the largest in Ukraine's history as an independent state, and the actions taken now, both by the protesters and the government, will have consequences to come. 25 political power. Nice. There's going to be a lot of these pop-ups by the look of it. That's nice. We can set the stage. Man, Kharkiv is such a big city. Okay, let's move the navy here. Right, sweet. And let's go with Sergei here. And let's, for all future purposes, make the submarines go to the navy there. Then ideally what we can do once the war kicks off, we'll be able to convoy raid and maybe try and sink various other stuff. Okay, how's our fuel going? Not too bad. We have 220 manpower. Okay, so we've got some barricading in Kiev. After Viktor Yanukovych and his cronies have launched a crackdown on the movement. Oh no. The people aren't leaving until Yanukovych does. So he is still currently El Presidente, and we're still dealing with protesters in the streets. What are the Poles doing on the western border there? They're not looking to take back Lviv, are they? Or Lvov? You kind of forget after World War II how much of Poland's shit just got taken. They lost Minsk. They lost a bunch of territory to Ukraine and the Baltic states. Oh god. Oh, here we go. The Battle of Kyiv. Today marks the climax of the campaign against the corrupt regime of Viktor Yanukovych and his goons. Clashes have taken out in the streets. Will this ever end or no? So we lose a minus 25% stability, unfortunately. So we need to survive through this. Victory. Hopefully nothing bad will come of this. So Yanukovych has now fled. We regain our base stability, and I'm assuming we're going to have a new faction ruling, and we're going to gain access to a new part of the focus tree. Nice. Cool. As we're waiting for the separatists to come up. So protests in the streets has now been complete. The national focus there. As we move to February 2014. The Revolution of Dignity is now complete. let's move to consolidate the new government, which will increase our stability. Oh, wait, what? Why are all my units back in Kiev? Oh. Hang on. Did I try to cheese it and there was a bit of forethought there? Yulia. Oh, here we go. Little green men. Oh no. Have taken the port of Sevastopol. They've taken control of the naval base and have moved to take the rest of the peninsula. Dubbed the Little Green Men, due to them not having any insignia. Their government has denied any collaboration. Oh, you can actually play as Crimea if you want. That'd be kind of cool. Making a Greek/Tartar Crimean area. So their forces have managed to capture the port of Semirampol. Uh-oh. And the fall of Sevastopol has now happened. We will return at some point. Okay, so they declared war upon the autonomous region there. Yulia Tymoshenko has now been released. She is now a free woman. Okay, I don't know much about her. Cool name. Eastern liberalism grows. So, we're probably going to lose the peninsula now. There's not really too much we can do about this as the Federation is now pushed over. They've already taken parts of it. And, okay, so protests in the east. And we have a new president, or acting president, Alexander Chernikov. Can't they see this? What they're doing? Okay, alright. Oh, here we go. Petro Poroshenko has announced his candidacy. Named the Chocolate King for his large confectionery empire, Petro Poroshenko, independent MP, has announced his candidacy with the backing of the UDA. Free chocolates for everyone, I suppose. Delicious. The West has announced sanctions. Great. Okay. I think we would rather more javelins and stingers at this point, but, you know, due to the events in the peninsula, Western organizations such as the EU have drawn up sanctions. Cool. Man, there is such a cool timeline there. These events are really well done. Man, so much detail. Okay, so we'll redraw our area of defense down here, but I think technically some of that area we can't enter now by the look of it because the rebellion is about to happen. Damn. They thought ahead because, like, I guess if it spawned as enemy combatant territory, they would just capitulate. Alright, now that the dust has settled, we need to form an interim government. So, liberal parties that took charge in the Urada. How do we want to build this interim government? Okay, so form a government between the two factions. Oh, that's cool that it actually says specifically the historical decision. I'm sure there's some positives and negatives. Give the nationalists key ministerial positions. Yikes! You do get some pretty good stats, though. But I'm assuming we want to try and play this historical as we can to eventually bring in Volodymyr Zelensky. Okay, so we can block the North Crimean Canal. Such a troll that they did that. Cutting off the water so they have to ferry it in. I guess we want to crush the Kharkiv Republic when it pops up. So that must be happening soon, you would think. Okay. So, I guess we just have to wait for things to kick off, I suppose. But so far, really enjoying this mod. Super interesting. Oh, we can't even, like, go that far south as well. Yikes. I guess just try and go to the border. So we can't even access the southern half of the country. We can't even get as far south as Kryvyi. That's a shame. Cheeky mod developers, knowing the exploits. Okay, let's just try and move. We've got some anti protests going on. We've got riots in Donetsk. Over the past several days, the situation in the east has deteriorated. Rioters have seized control of some various governmental buildings. Anti-Maidan protests. Hopefully we can weather the storm. Gain base stability -2. Getting some political power. So from Donetsk to Odessa, stuff burns. Oh no, Sergei Yaroslavy defects following the seizure of the port of Sevastopol. The Ukrainian naval commander-in-chief left. I guess we give Dennis control. Oh, they took part of our navy, I think. We had way more ships than that. Oh, did they yoink it from us? Oh, that's unfortunate. Probably got some spare military factories. Or maybe we should reallocate it a bit. Because at the moment, we've just been sort of building up our basic rifles and support. Maybe we can try focus on some chassis, some IVFs, some trucks, various other equipment as well. Because we've only got 19 military factories, maybe we just need to go back and forth between the two. So we'll drop that down a bit. I'm sure we're going to be able to buy rifles and equipment at some point. Okay, let's continue on. Dennis defects? Oh no! You've got to be kidding me. Just a day after his appointment as the new Ukrainian naval commander, Dennis has defected. Unbelievable scenes. I guess we give it to you. Sure. Sergey. Okay. Yeah, so we had 15 ships, so I guess they got seized in the takeover. Anything else we can do here political power-wise? No. Okay, so the situation is souring in Kharkiv and Odessa. So I think things are about to probably kick off soon here. As we head into April 2014. Do we want to try and block the water access to the northern Crimean Canal? Sure, let's do that. And we sit in wait with our 60 divisions. I'm actually going to negotiate with Poland to try and get some equipment. At the moment, we only can negotiate with them. So we actually can get some Su-27s, which are a Russian-designed fighter jet. Ukraine's got Poland's got a bunch of them, so we're going to try and request some of them to build up our air force. Sure, why not? We've got 90 or so at the moment. Emboldened by their actions, troops have crossed the border. Putin, Huilo. I think I've heard that before. Yeah, what is it? It's like, Putin, Huilo, motherfucker. Oh, God. And then you hear a spit after it. Okay. So, we've got more little green men doing things. Alright. So, we are now April 2014. We've blocked access to the canal. We'll try and ensure loyalty here. Our stability's gone up to 63, which is good. Slowly but surely gaining political power. Oh, here we go. Things have now kicked off. So we are now at war with a fair few factions. Okay. So it comes to this. Oh, wow. So it's really opened up the tech tree. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this focus tree. This is massive. Focus tree, not tech tree, rather. Said. President Poroshenko. I guess we do some CT operations firstly. Well, we need to make sure these... Oh, wow. Separatist regions don't grow. So I guess we send Zaluzhny to retake Odessa back with 20 divisions. He's got to get it down there quickly. Let's move you to Kharkiv. And, yeah. If we can quickly wrap up the rebel forces here in Odessa and Kharkiv first, then we can focus on Luhansk and Donetsk. I guess we'll send those 19 to Luhansk. But we'll see how we go. Because combat is a little bit different in this mod from what I can remember and I've read. There's like offensive seasons. You can get some really bad negative buffs and debuffs if you attack. We've also got 12 more divisions here. Well, let's send you to Kharkiv, I think. The quicker we can get this under our control, the better. So, ideally, if we can get to a point where these 4 rebel regions are, well, not rebelling, that would be ideal. So let's try and surround them where we can. We've got some enemy defections, unfortunately. Okay, let's focus down in the south here. Wait, where'd my planes go? Oh, okay. That's annoying. Please take into consideration that this mod is in beta and some things are subject to change. I didn't give the Poles my planes, did I? No, I don't think I did that. I requested them. Oh, maybe. I think that was a bug. Great. We don't have a navy. We don't have aviation. Oh no, and now we have to rely on them. Okay. Well, let's try and stabilize this region. Is there any events we can do? No, okay. As we move into May 2014. Yeah, look at this. Look at those like negative traits. Yikes. Our army at this point is very green. Green around the gills. So they're now expanding quite quickly. Alright, down in the south we seem to be doing a lot better. Trying to crush them here in Kharkiv, but we'll see how we go. Okay. How are we going down in Odessa? A bit better. We're more or less just trying to stop them growing. Okay, we might be able to surround a bunch of them here. Oh, nice. We got 12 divisions here. Well, let's just send them with Serhi. I don't really think you're going to do many offensive actions here. You just need to stop them from seizing great swaths of territory. I guess we'll send the 2 boys up in the plane. Okay, we can't really fortify any of this stuff just yet. Okay, there was a leaked audio recording. Okay, we're having much better success down in Odessa, which is nice. Oh no. They seem to have flooded in proper Federation regulars. Yikes. The elections of the 2014 election. Yeah, we'll go with Poroshenko. We'll go with the historic decision instead of Yulia. Oh god. Alright, Odessa has fallen, which is nice. But unfortunately, those 2 regions have grown in quite big defiance. Nice. Oh my god, that took us so long to do that. We'll see how we go. This is going to be tough. Okay, so Odessa's probably going to capitulate. I guess for now, we just try and focus on getting this region under our control. We might need to fall back and let those two in the east essentially secede from us. I don't know, maybe it's historic. Well, it historically happened. So maybe it's realistic and sensible for us to not hold on to that territory. But from what I can remember, they crushed the resistance in Kharkiv and Odessa historically. We've got some more units here coming in. Okay. And let's just try and make a front line all the way here and stabilize this push, I think. Oh no. Unfortunately, Mariupol has fallen. Zaluzhny is the only one that's having great success. Oh, we need to redraw that front line. There we go. He was sitting there twiddling his thumbs a bit. So, the more combat experience we get some of these units, the better. Our equipment's still pretty good. Okay, down in the south here. There's only a couple more units remaining. We just want the rebel province and Oblast of Odessa to capitulate, and then we can swing back up. We've lost 8k, they've lost 27, so casualties-wise we're not doing too bad. Manpower sitting at 87. Probably no need for them at the moment. Let's try and do some offensive actions where we can. But so far, if this goes for too much longer, these rebel provinces might permanently stay before 2022. Yeah, if we could have, if these 4 provinces and oblasts cement themselves as free and independent, we could have pretty big issues. Okay, I'm surprised they haven't capitulated yet. Right. Ismail, push up here to the Romanian and Moldovan border. Nice. Right. So he's been successful. Yikes. We had some dudes get crushed down in the south. Alright. Let's focus down here. So let's send Zaluzhny to Donetsk. He can try and hold that. And we are really struggling to even take Kharkiv. Alright, try and stabilize this front where we can. It's these regular Federation units in the DPR as well. We might be able to do some offensive action here because there doesn't seem to be anyone down here. We might be able to push them back. Nice. There we go. Getting a little bit of a push here. We might get encircled here though. We might need to fall back. It actually might be better off to properly fall back. Yeah, I think we're going to get cut off. We can focus on the south to try and drag some units, but hang on, I might need to reset all this. So hang on, stop attacking. And yeah, I need to redo this because this is getting a bit crazy here. So we've managed to reconstitute order in Odessa, but we're having problems here. I think we'll pull everyone back through this corridor. There's going to be a massive encirclement here if we're not careful. So let's go with here. And if we can somehow basically cede that territory, let it go, and then we'll try and make a front line and try and stabilize it. I feel like I think in this mod, you can't just like constantly blitzkrieg to win. There needs to be times of peace and times of war. Times of offensives. Okay, so yeah, slightly pull back. We don't need to get overextended there. So let's try and stabilize the front. There we go. Come on, get back. We've got to save our officers and privates here. Get everyone through this corridor. Okay. Come on, get out. Trying to flee from Gasorivka. Okay, that's a bit better. So at least in Actually, you know what? I could just make one big front line with everyone. That actually might be better. Because now that we're basically going to be fighting on one big front, it actually might be easier to manage everyone like this. And give the 68 in direct control with Zaluzhny. Because he's a 4-star commander now. And then try and... like, ideally, something like that. For now. We might sacrifice some territory. For a better position. Let's go with aiding some refugees there. Oh, nice. So we can probably upgrade our officer corps. Well, ideally, come on, just like take a tile there. Oh, MH17. The disaster's now happened. That's pretty bad. That was always eerie for me. Like, literally a week before that happened, I did the same thing. Flew over Ukraine. Like, literally a week to the day. So, let's form up here. Back in 2014. Right, cool. There we go. That's a bit better. We've got some units getting surrounded there, but... this would be a bit better to stabilize the front. Damn. Okay. It's just those regular Federation units that are really, really good. Okay. So unfortunately you've been caught. We lost 24k to their 32. We also just don't want to capitulate either. They did actually push quite well. Okay. I guess we just try and hold, wait, stabilize the front, and then we'll try and go again. Okay, we're holding now. Okay. Let's make a front line here. And... let's dish out some more officer corps. Alexander Sersky. Yep, sure. Alright, sweet. 62 divisions now. We haven't seen our convoys actively raiding. Well, I guess... yeah, maybe they don't have any. Maybe they're not trading at the moment. Oh, damn. If I had a... can't believe I don't have an air force. That sucks so much. Not having any air support. It definitely hinders our close air support operations. But so far, August 2014, we've managed to overall stabilize the front. We've not managed to cede any more territory. But it's not looking good here in the east. We've given them a pretty strong foothold. 25k to their 33. Maybe we can just sit here now, try and bide our time. Whittle them down, and then we might be able to go on our own counter-offensive. The Great Raid. Gaining some army experience. Manpower, command, base support, nice. We'll wait for things to get back in our favour. Radios have been complete, nice. Maybe go with a push here. Although it's not in our favour. We might be able to take some territory back. But is significantly outnumbered. Okay, doing a lot better in the south. Nice. SLAVA Ukraini. Another Independence Day. Let's go with concentrated industry, I think. Rather than dispersed. I usually actually go dispersed, but... let's go with local militias. I think in this scenario, concentrated would be better in theory. Okay, we are taking back some tiles in territory somewhat. Mostly in the south of the country. They've now launched an offensive. Okay, so we're going to have to watch out for that then. So we've got to watch out near the Mariupol region. We do seem to be holding quite well though. No, our casualties are too high though. 66k manpower left. We can't recruit any more divisions yet. Oh nice, we've reached the Minsk agreements and Minsk protocols. Okay. After months of discussion and agreement, we're going to sign the treaty. So that should cease hostilities for now. Oh no, it instantly broke down. Rip. Okay. It was their fault, not ours. Okay. They've launched another offensive in Berokorivka. Okay, we've got some additional reinforcements coming up from here. Let's send them to the front, except for one. We have 72 divisions in active duty. Sweet. Alright, let's try and hold the line, lads. Okay, really can't do anything here. Can't bring him in. What can we do? Well, that might be a good idea. Ukraine on the world stage, sure. Okay, let's try and do our own little offensive here. Yeah, mostly we seem to be more successful in the south. We might be able to cut them off down here. Could just make a beeline to Donetsk. But we'll see how we go, just trying to cut them off here firstly. There we go. This could be a good push here, potentially. Okay, now we've been cut off ourselves. Yikes. Uh-oh. Alright. Just got that division killed, pretty much. Rip. Okay, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 52. Oh, wow. Our casualties have actually gone a lot higher. So that has now been complete. Ukraine on the world stage. Nice. If we can get closer to the EU and the West and NATO, that would be ideal. Okay. Probably can reattach this unit here. Let's go with command. Get additional special forces attack. Right, let's try and sign the EU association agreement. Let's try and buy some more planes and artillery from the Poles, I guess. Get some more of those Su aircraft. So Poland has accepted. Nice. There's occasionally gaps that we can exploit. But we're struggling to push in some areas. Okay. Now that's been quite some time in our military factory focus. God, we've gone down to 9. It's because we've lost so much of our industrial base. Let's try and get an expansion of our rights there. That'll bring us closer to the EU, sure. 64k. So we've actually lost 10,000 more. Yikes. Oh, here we go. Got some units that have overextended. Nice, let's crush them. Okay. At least haven't pushed to the Dnieper River. So things are a little bit of a stalemate here at the moment. Ironically. And unfortunately. Maybe try and push in some of those pockets. Maybe not doing like one big offensive, but just trying to take unclaimed tiles. But so far, historically, things are a little bit worse off. They've seized more territory from us. These rebellious separatist regions. Okay, let's try and make a push here again. This time around it might be a bit better. Alright, here we go. There we go. Nice. Much better. Can you try and push to Mariupol? Why are there Belarus units fighting here? Do they really need that? Oh, nice. Come on, you're nearly about to take... Nice, we've retaken it at least. Okay. This push seems to be working a little bit better. Maybe if we can surround him here on the coast, that would be ideal. There might be a bunch that we can nab. Yeah, and then try and like push into that. We seem to be doing a lot better against the DPR and Luhansk units, but against like the proper good units, not so much. Oh, hang on, we might be able to get a good encirclement here, come on. Oh, maybe not, they're pretty dug in. How are they getting supply in there? Okay, we've managed to retake the south of our country here. But we can't seem to surround and destroy this tiny little enclave. We seem to be doing better in Donetsk than Kharkiv Oblast. January now, 2015. Still trying to push here in Yusov. Alright, that's a bit of a better push. Much better. Still have to keep a watchful eye on our manpower. Lost 70k to their 61. To Minsk once more. So we can go with the historical decision. We can refuse. But then they might go to war with us. No, I guess we... yikes. I guess we accept. We weren't having a bad push there. Oh no. So... unfortunately, in this alternative timeline, Kharkiv was added as one of the rebel provinces. Oh, that's really bad. Because we've lost a huge access to our industrial base and our tank factories there as well. Oh, that's pretty bad. We'll see if we can come back from this. I think as well we might have taken actually... more of that Donetsk territory back, potentially. Alright, let's try and make a front line here as we go into 2015. We have to deal with these three provinces now, so they're going to be able to launch their attack in 2022. A little bit further into our territory. Okay, let's try and expand the Partnership of Peace program. Thanks to Bill. And we can't fortify or do any of this stuff yet. Okay. Independence Day parades. Sure, let's go with that. Did I read something about Transnistria there? Continuing the conflict. A little bit of shelling never hurt anyone. Okay, let's continue with that. The Normandy 4. An interesting after actions report. Okay. Anything else we can do here? Let's go with increased dedicated wham. Yeah, so now this guy's in charge. And these are puppets of the Federation. Okay. So, So far, still playing along the historical trend. We've lost the peninsula. We've lost these 3 provinces. We'll see how this adds up in the full-scale invasion when things come along. Alright, things could be better then. March 2015. But at least the fighting has stopped for now. And this should give us, what, 7 years to make more plans and preparations? What was down here? Yeah, we actually might be able to get a war annex goal against Transnistria. We could probably do with their civilian factories and military now that we've lost essentially 3 oblasts now, unfortunately. Okay, so we'll make sure that's on aggressive, and I guess we sit and wait. We might do some exercises at some point. We'll see. Or are we better off to build up our equipment a bit more? Let's try and purchase some more planes from Poland and use the international arms market to get some more additional air force. We need to build up our aviation. Poland and as if Belarus accepted that. Okay. So I don't know when we're going to be able to go back after these 3 separatist regions, but we'll have to see. Prepare for border skirmishes. Sure. Let's spend our political power on both. Let's try and do that. And is that just going to be a constant thing? These small little border skirmishes. Okay. Oh, Lithuania has provided us with heavy equipment. Nice. CTSO. CSTO are doing some exercises. Why are they getting split, those 6? Why can't we just fix them? Alright. So Moldova has declined our offer to invade Transnistria. Oh, okay. So they are going to refuse it. Well, we can't allow the FR to have troops there on our border. Fine, we'll do it ourselves. Okay. Well, this is an alternative timeline after all. Well, if Moldova won't deal with it, Zaluzhny will. Alright. Let's swing everyone over. Now that we have a peace and an armistice there, we can focus here. Alright, let's push over the border. Now, in theory... Okay, they're not going to last long. Nice, okay. So they have now been fully capitulated and incorporated into the territory. Ukraine has conquered Transnistria. Okay. Yeah, I guess we just straight up annex it and core it. Sure. Why not? Little bit bizarre. Okay. So it's just something we have to keep an eye on. We can't incorporate it. Occupation decision. Was there anything else we can go down here? Oh, what is rightfully ours? We can't do that just yet. We can't redeclare war upon those oblasts. So still under the presidential reign of Viktor Poroshenko. Let's switch to martial law in some of our occupied territories. Alright, that's just something you have to keep an eye on. Okay, so we have 36 factories here. Oh, right, all those civies that are being constructed in the west have now been complete, and we probably can switch over to military factories now as we're making plans and preparations to build up. Okay, we're gonna try and get elections to the Rada going. We can probably dish out some of these commander traits with Alexander Shursky, and we'll just sit on the border here and wait. keep a watchful eye of those skirmishes back and forth, but hopefully we just need to buy our time, build up, get Western material and equipment, and start going down this Ukrainian focus tree. We want to probably... What do you want to start? Decentralization with Poroshenko is probably not a bad idea. And would Belarus give us T64 chassis? Maybe. That would be weird, but I think they might, yeah. Because we know what's going to come. We might as well build up our equipment. Okay, unfortunately Lithuania declined, however. That's bizarre. Belarus accepted. Oh, great. Greece defaults on their debts. Typical. Increase regional budgets. Probably not a bad idea here. And... Alright, so basically our officer corp has now been filled out. We did lose, what, 60, 70k in the first war, so we'll try and build that back up. Maybe in some of these regions we can probably convert to military, because we've got to basically, from now until the 20s, we need to significantly mobilize and build up our military infrastructure enough to hold against the FR. The RF, rather. And then basically wait for Western support. Okay, that has now been complete. Let's try and renegotiate with Lithuania. Well, this time around, they give us access to javelins and some basic infantry equipment. Let's go with this. Okay, so they are doing it now. Okay, tech tree wise, let's go with weapons 1. Because at the end of the day, we're going to have to support and supply ourselves. Okay, so we're building up our political power as well, so we can spend some of this. That's pretty good. Mikhailo Zaborozhky. Division attack and defense. That's a nice buff. We might look for that. Okay. I don't think we need to put anyone on the northern border here just yet. We will have to reallocate our divisions at some point. Military factories are well on the way. Our political position in the Rada is secure. Nothing else we can do here at the moment. As we move into 2016. Yep, let's go with popular war hero. Servant of the people. Another comedian banger. Here we go. Vladimir Zelensky. A teacher who becomes president. Must be such a bizarre show to watch. After what's happened. I do remember seeing a John Oliver bit about it years ago now, when it happened. Right, let's renegotiate with Lithuania to try and just get as much equipment as we can. We need to just try and literally stockpile whatever we can before the inevitable. Nice, we've hit 100k manpower. There is a alliance in the north. Even though CSTO isn't a thing, I guess they're just expanding their capabilities. Okay. I think it's because they're dealing with little pockets of resistance that pop up there. We just have to reallocate them to the front line. Alright, well, unfortunately on that note, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed episode 1. Stay tuned for episode 2, coming out at the exact same time tomorrow as we move into January 2016. Unfortunately, in this timeline, there are now 3 oblasts not under our control, so it's going to make us it's going to make things even harder once the full war breaks out. But hopefully I can save them in this series. So far it's been a lot of fun. You can go and check out the mod Across the Dnieper. It's available on the Steam Workshop. I would highly recommend. Like and subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. My name has been Simpsy, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much.